Hey everyone. It's been a while since I posted a podcast entry, so I figured I'd do that and, wish everyone an amazing holiday season, and hopefully you guys are getting all the gifts that you wanted to get. Hopefully some really, really nice gifts, and hopefully a lot of really, really great food, and maybe you'll hang out with some family members that you don't usually hang out with, on a day-to-day basis. So I feel like it's always good to see some relatives, especially those that you don't see very much. And I find when you meet up with them, it feels like, it feels like you're just going back, and it feels like you never left. That's what I'm trying to say here. I kind of want to talk about a little bit about, as a creative, I find getting outside validation. I think a lot of times what you need to do is you really need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to trust yourself in the creative process and pick things that you personally really like, where it feels like you're not like catering to other people, or thinking, what does this person want, or whatever. I find like, as a creative, you just got to do whatever you do in the dark, in silence. You have to do it sometimes when no one's watching. A good example is when you go to the gym. You want to go to the gym, you want to start feeling better. Well, you're going to the gym, you're doing all these things, and I think it's good to do them and not do them so you could show other people that you're doing that. You're gonna have to do it for yourself. You're gonna have to do it because you want to go to the gym, and you want to feel better. And my wife and I, we started going to the gym again 3 weeks ago, and we're doing it for ourselves. We want to feel better, have more energy, just being with our kids and living life in general. And so we've been going there, and yeah, I know I'm talking about it now in the podcast, but we're not really like screaming it out from the rooftops like, hey, look at me, this is what we're doing in the gym, and this is gonna be our big transformation, or whatever. Like we're not doing it for the social proof, if that makes sense. And it's the same when you're creative, when you're making something, when you're making painting, a drawing, when you're doing graphic design, when you're I don't know, doing sometimes projects like you're doing your own cartoon or something, you're doing your own animations. I think sometimes when you're always just you're hoping to get feedback or people's attention or reaction, I think sometimes it just stops you from becoming great, because you're always catering to other people, and you're just molding yourself, and then sometimes you might end up going too far, and you just don't know who you are anymore, and you don't even know what you like anymore. And I've had to go through a lot of this as a creative, just being like, well, okay, is it something that I really want, or am I trying to cater to somebody else out there? And it's like you gotta be careful with those things, because sometimes it's gonna dilute what makes you great as a creator, and sometimes it might just stop you in your tracks. Like, how many times have people just stopped doing something just because somebody else said, hey, stop singing, you suck, or and stop playing guitar, you suck, your drawings suck, or there's something wrong with your painting, or there's this or that, and then next thing you know, you start getting anxiety as a creative, and that's where it goes downhill from there. You have to be like, you know what, I'm committing myself to this, and I'm gonna do this regardless of whether I'm getting that validation after it's done, regardless of whether someone is digging this or not. Like me, for example, I make music that appeals to some and really doesn't appeal to other people. Like, some people really love what I do, and some people really don't like what I do, and they don't get it, and that's fine. Like, they don't need to get it. When I was in my 20s, I wanted to do music. I wanted to do all that stuff, and I mean, it was hard sometimes because my family was just being like, making me doubtful, and I don't know if I'm just like really strong-willed in that sense, where, you know, I'm gonna do something creative and I'm gonna be me, and I don't really care like what somebody else is telling me. Like, if they're telling me to be somebody else, I'm not gonna be that person. I'm still gonna be me. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do all these things whether they like it or not. And sometimes you just gotta listen to yourself a lot more, and you know, you gotta work on building that confidence. You build that confidence as a person, you build that confidence as a creative, you build that confidence as, you know, as whatever you dedicate yourself to. I mean, like, I drive, and I've built that confidence over time that I'm going to be a safe driver, that I'm going to do the right moves to make sure that we can go from point A to point B in a safe manner. Especially when you have a family, when you have kids, when you have a wife, you want to make sure that, you know, you're keeping it safe for everybody else. But like, I had to build that confidence. When I started the first few years of driving, I mean, I was awful. Like, I didn't have the confidence, and it was affecting my driving. And as I got experience, as I got more comfortable doing this, well, I got better at it. Same thing, as I got comfortable practicing singing, as I got comfortable being a better songwriter, as I got comfortable playing guitar recently, as I got comfortable, then I just stopped listening to outside voices and just, you know, have belief in myself. And that belief and that delusion, I would say, led me to having a career in what I really wanted to do. And sometimes, like, you really need to have that. You need to have that confidence, that belief in yourself, that, you know, that in hockey they call it that killer instinct. That's how you call it, that killer instinct. Because I used to play hockey when I was younger. I used to play competitive hockey. So, I mean, all those small things, you just learn a little bit every time you do that. You know, I learned so much playing sports. I learned doing, you know, getting into things that maybe I wasn't as comfortable, and I just learned to practice at it, get better at it, work at it every day, build that confidence, build that belief. And then, I don't know, when you put yourself out there in the world and you got all the confidence in yourself and you got that belief in yourself, a lot of times you can do no wrong. And like, for me, for example, people have noticed that. People I've never met in my life, including friends and family members, and, you know, they see that, and they love that, and they I'm sure I mean, I know like fans and stuff get inspired by that, and I think that's the whole point sometimes. And yeah, sure, it's easier when now you get the validation, but you know, everyone starts somewhere. Everyone that's made it in whatever they wanted to do, they started somewhere, and it always starts with you. All right, I will talk to you guys later, but I'm kind of glad I'm back doing the podcast. Have it in video too. I'll post some snippets on social media and stuff. Until next time, have a good holiday season. Have an amazing New Year's. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.